This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting. I'm joined by Harrison today, down at London Shoe Fighters. The last time we did an interview was July 2022, I think. It's been a while.
I don't even remember.
It was at the Kingpin event, the first one ever.
Oh, it's yeah.
How you been since then?
Very good, my friend. Very good. How have you been?
Good, busy? Busy with all the interviews?
Yeah.
Taking over?
Yeah. I've seen the interview with Logan when he mentioned about you know who. That was funny.
No. I got a question for you. Did you know that you're Eskimo Bros with Dylan?
How do you know that?
I got sources, bro.
You got sources, okay. We won't go into that now.
Fred talks.
Oh, this is going to go viral now, damn. We try and keep the private life. How do you I'll bleep their name. Who told you that?
Who did tell me that? I forget my source, but you know the girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Dylan and Fred are Eskimo Bros. Let's go, Fred. Yeah.
Well, the one I think you're. Why are you laughing?
Because I see the clips on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
And I saw the clip of Logan saying that, and it just really
the Eskimo Bros clip.
It really made me laugh. Yeah.
And I was like, Logan, how did you know? Let's talk about this then, Harrison. Let's go straight into it. So you're I guess you were kind of away from the scene a little bit. You didn't pop up on my For You page as much. But you had that kind of 2 weeks in America where you did the stream with Neon, you did the stream with Adin. Bradley Martin tried to confront you, and that didn't go very well. And then the Zerka thing happened.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with the Neon one. How did you get connected with him, and how did that kind of comeback happen?
So I'd been on a live stream with Neon, maybe in the summer, probably July, August time. We got along quite well. It was I was just sat at my desktop in Dubai. We were talking. So then when I went to Miami, it was natural that we was like, oh, we'll link up, because people were saying before, because he wasn't popping at the time either. I wasn't popping at the time. Maybe he had 5K views on his live, and I had around 5K as well. We just got along well. So then when I went to Miami, he'd started blowing up big time, but obviously he was like, he still wanted to meet me. So I met him, and it just went from there. It went nuts. Like that stream was what sort of propelled me into
It was the Halloween one, wasn't it?
Yeah. Because it couldn't have really gone better in terms of clips and people enjoying it and whatever like that. The views were crazy. I don't know if they were botted views or not, but I think it was like 120k, 130k. So it was good. And do you know what? I was just talking facts. I was calling out the. Do you swear on this, by the way?
Yeah. Well, anything goes to the channel now. It used to be very PG, and now anything goes. I'm surprised you're being so well behaved, to be honest.
Well, no, it's just your YouTube channel. I got to respect that. But seeing as I can say what I want, yeah, I was just sort of violating the OF, showing them what's what, telling them that they're slags, and talking facts. And then that's what propelled me into America. So that was a very good move for me, very good stream for me. Called out the fact that he was being used, and we went on from there. Big things came from it.
And then from there, you got connected with Adin Ross. You did a couple of streams with Adin, and then the Zerka incident happened.
Yeah, so Adin's a good guy. He sort of took me on board, streamed with me, came on my stream sometimes as well. I was having a lot of fun out there. I mean, obviously I went out there just chilling, having fun, started the streaming, and it all just sort of took off. And I have these little spurts of streaming where I'll be on it. Like you said, I'm off the FYP for a while, then I'll come back and I'll start streaming, I'll do something big, then I'll chill again. And yeah, Adin was really good for me. Got along with him really well. Went to the gym with him, got him in the gym, and then, mate, the thing with Zerka was just, he was a dickhead. He was chasing Adin around, Zerka was chasing me around, he was just clout chasing. That's the thing I've noticed in America. Obviously, you're clout chasing right now, interviewing me. I'm clout chasing coming on the interview, effectively, right?
So it's sort of, I want to say like clout chase, but I guess I interview. So how it works? Well, how it works is you're fighting the Misfits main event. I predominantly interview Misfits fighters on here, so it makes sense to interview you, introduce you to the Misfits audience, and then how it works. It's an exchange, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah. So no, that's exactly what I'm saying. So like, I'm clout chasing coming on the interview, you're clout chasing coming on here, which is good value exchange. Yeah. But in America, it's clout chasing where it's like cringy, over the top clout chasing. So like, say I was an absolute random with no followers and I'm following you to your house saying, interview me right now. That type of shit, like they're begs. And that's the thing with Zerka, he's an actual beg. It's not a value exchange, it's like he's just forcing something to happen. I didn't want to fight him. You know, I didn't want to have a fucking street fight with him or do any bullshit like that. He was offered 350,000, 200,000 from Adin, 150,000 from me to fight me one night, 3 rounds in the ring. Would you do that for a guaranteed 350k? Of course.
I think that's more than he's earned his whole career, to be honest.
Exactly.
But why would he not do that though? Why would he rather fight you on the street than get paid for it?
I really don't understand. What I think is potentially he thought, look, if I get in the ring with him, it's going to be a bit long because it's more technical and things like this. Whereas because he's so big, and that's what I didn't realise. When he walked towards me that day, I did think in my head, shit, this guy's real big. Yeah. I thought he was around my height, not that, but he's big. He's a big guy, to be fair. But I think that he thought that if it was boxing, it would be more technical and he would lose, especially because I'd seen him. Did you see him fight Prime?
He was very like chin up in the air, kind of fighting almost. Big like this.
Yeah, he fought awfully, but I think that he thought if it was a street fight and he could wrestle me and do things like this, that it would be dangerous for me, you know. But still, to turn down that amount of money just shows how f***ed he was in his head. I think it's all the coke and things like that. He's a very bad druggie. He doesn't think straight. Clearly not to pull up and do that.
With the MMA gloves as well, with the fake Rolex.
Yeah, he had a fake Rolex on as well, which I got after I put that. That was funny, but yeah, he's not well in the head to be doing things like that. But it's all for the clout. That's what I mean. Like there's good value exchange, and then there's just like dirty, horrible clout.
Well, there's the honest stuff, and then there's the nasty stuff, which he is part of.
Yeah. And now he's just fell off the face of the earth. I don't know how. After that, I wouldn't stream. I wouldn't do anything again. I don't know what I would do. Number one, I would never move like that. But if you move like that, you have to win. Yeah. He had to turn up and batter me. And then, all right, cool. I would have had to then have a fair MMA fight with him. But to turn up, I was drunk, in my fucking Nigerian fit, my loafers, chilling with my ting. And then to get thrown around like that, bro, it's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. But I mean, it was all good for me, you know, like after that.
Well, you benefit. You should probably go, cheers, Zerka, I appreciate it. Yeah. But they're going to Drake follow as well. Yeah. What was it like being followed by Drake?
Oh my God, I got a massive erection. Like, no, bruv, I didn't really care, innit? Do you know what I mean? It's cool, but it is what it is. Right. Obviously, it was cool to think that people like that are watching the streams and that, but that's it, innit? It's another person. We're all the same. But it's cool, yeah, for sure. It was a net massive positive for me. I mean, the whole thing just showed how immature he was, and I guess how maybe mature. I wouldn't say I'm the most mature person, but I handled that situation maturely. I don't take fighting seriously. I don't take like calling people's mums whores and things like that, which is what he was saying. I take that very seriously. Having fights on the street, I take that very seriously, because if I'm having a fight with someone on the street, I'm trying to kill them.
Well, in America, it's even more dangerous to have a fight on the street. Like, I've always got the story of I was out there in America for Jake Paul's fight when he fought Nate Diaz. Yeah. And I was just literally walking along, and this guy comes over to me and says, "You white boy, you white boy." And I say, "Excuse me?" And then he goes, "You white boy." I'm like, okay, well, I was carrying on walking, yeah. And then he pulls out a gun at me. I was literally walking on the street. I haven't antagonized him. I've been walking along with my tripod and all my gear, going to the weigh-in. He's like, "You scared me." And I was like, "Well, I'll keep walking then, mate." It's crazy out there.
Said that to him?
Yeah, I was like, I'll just keep walking.
Oh, you said you'll just
yeah.
I thought he was trying to say that he said to the guy with the gun, "Keep walking, mate."
Bang, let's get a shot. But no, and then I kept looking behind me, as you would. You don't want him to pull anything off or run at you. Yeah. But then I kept looking behind me. He thought I was staring him down. You know how it is. And he starts sprinting after me. Then I turned to Usain Bolt. I sprinted away as fast as I could, and then I managed to lose him. But yeah,
you can't play games in America, and also like you can't play games with. People need to understand, calling someone out, talking about someone's family, trying to fight on the street. It's just no joke. People get really hurt having fights on the street. In the UK, people get stabbed here. In America, people will get shot. You know Modine?
Yeah.
I had to tell
I've interviewed him a few times. I've had a few crazy interviews with him.
Yeah, I had to tell him because I was doing a stream with him, and we're in Miami where like the law there is, I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically the right to, if someone is stepping to you, you can shoot them. Like
the right to bear arms almost.
Yeah, for sure. So I get out of the cab with him. There's a black guy across the street with his missus. We were just walking, right, and he goes, "Hey, yo, pussy, yo," like this, and puts his hand down his trousers as though he had a gun to this random guy on the street. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
But is Modine like crazy in the head, or is it all an act? I've seen him off camera and he's still quite nuts.
Yeah, he's a crazy guy, man. Yeah, Mo's a crazy guy. He's a very nice guy, though. Yeah. When you get to know him, he's a nice guy. Maybe a bit different to the way he comes across on camera. Obviously, he's more out there, but he's definitely a nice person. Yeah, I like him a lot.
Let's just move on to the kind of combat sports and Misfits world. When was he decided to kind of venture into the influencer boxing world and get on Misfits? When did you start talking to mums?
When he came through with a check. That's I've always said, like, because, you know, I make my money, so I don't need to fight. I know there's people that fight on misfits and things like that because they need the money or whatever. It's never been a thing for me. So when they've come and said, oh, like, do you want to fight this guy for X amount, or do you want to do this for X amount? I'm chilling in Dubai, I'm living a good life, I don't need to fight, and I don't like fighting. That's what I'm saying as well. I'm not someone who like enjoys fighting, like, oh yeah, I want to fight this guy, I want to fight that guy, because I understand the dangers of it. Right. So yeah, it was just when the money was right, I would do it, and now the money's right, so I would do it, yeah. So it's literally as simple as that. I don't enjoy it. I like the training for sure. I've never been, I've done a lot of bodybuilding since I was probably 16 and a half.
You seem a lot smaller now. Yeah, not in like, I guess you kind of slim, you trim down a little bit more.
I literally am a lot smaller. I'm 92 and a half, 93 kg at my heaviest. I've been about 106, 107, maybe even 108. Probably chilling normally around 103. But yeah, 92, 93 now. I've been training bodybuilding for 5.5 years, learning all of that, adapting to that. But now it's completely different. Now this type of training is completely different. It's the best training I've done, the most enjoyable training I've done, and that's shout outs to the coaches here, Marius and Alexis. They're the bollocks.
Well, you've seen Marius and Alexis before, haven't you? I mean, you've reacted to a video of them training.
Yeah,
I guess that didn't age very well.
No, do you know, that was so funny. I put that in my Telegram because when KSI was doing the bench press.
I'll give the context. So KSI was doing he did a YouTube video where he was showing how much he can lift, his strength training, and then Harrison reacts to it by going, those are the most, I can quote it, those are the most zesty training setup ever. Yeah. What are those trainers doing? And then 2 months later, Harrison's been trained by those trainers to fight.
I know, it was too funny, but honestly.
When did you realise, oh damn, those are the same guys?
Literally, I think just before my first session, because someone sent me the clip. I forgot, because I say so much shit online that I forget. I do stick with what I said. I don't understand about this bench press thing, right? They did.
Oh, you mean like that sort of floating thing? Yeah. It's like when you go. It's like when you go swimming as you're a beginner and you have that kind of floating thing. Is the thing you put in your top.
Yeah, but he's not a beginner. KSI was benching like 130 or 140. He was saying it's a PR on the bench press. I was like, bruv, that's not a PR on the bench press. But I literally realised because multiple people DM'd me the video and me reacted. I was like, bruv, I cannot believe I said that. It was so funny. But yeah, these are for real. It's no joke in here. I've done a lot of hard training for years and years and years, and nothing compares to this because it's the cardio aspect as well. It's pushing yourself past a limit. When you're lifting weights, 100% effort with weights is nowhere near as difficult as 100% effort in boxing, cardio, things like that.
I guess the weights are controlled, whereas when someone's running you in the ring or sprinting at you, that's not controlled.
Exactly, yeah. And you've got the massive fear factor of you getting hit in the head and it really hurting and things like that. Like yesterday in training, I knocked someone out.
Really?
Yeah. And it's just like I could have been knocked out. I was getting beat up for a couple rounds before that happened, and it's not nice. But it's good. It's a different type of training. I'm really enjoying myself. But yeah, that's why I'm in Misfits, basically, because the money's good right now.
So is this a long-term thing for you? Keep on fighting twice a year, or just a one-off?
It's not a one-off. It's a 3-4 fight.
Okay.
Knock everyone out, then have the biggest fight that can be possible, one of the pools, and then leave. Okay. Get a bag and dip. Because I don't want to be boxing for 3 years, but just because I understand the risks of it, the brain damage, I don't want that shit. I definitely will train boxing for a long time. I'm going to do that alongside weight. I don't lift weights anymore, but once I've stopped all this fighting shit, I'll definitely be doing weights and boxing training as well. But fighting, sparring, not for me. I want to live a long, healthy life. Yeah. That's
smart. That's just a very, very smart way to go about it. So what's your end goal in all of this? Is it a certain person to fight, amount of money to make? What's the pinnacle for you?
What, in the boxing world?
In the Misfits world, yeah.
In the Misfits world, who would I like to fight? One of the pools. Last fight, knock this guy out who I'm fighting in a couple months. Then I don't know, someone else. Then one of the pools. Then leave. Finish.
Take it how you find it.
Yeah. I just want to run up through it quickly. Do this. Right now, I'm just focused, training in here all the time, getting fit, getting active. Do the big fights and see if I can push myself, see if I can win all of them, which I think I can. That's it, put on a show for people and dip.
So you're fighting Tikkytokky in Leeds in about 2 weeks, or just under 2 weeks now, not long left. Will Adin Ross be coming down to watch?
Yeah, he's coming, yeah.
Anyone else you know is coming? Obviously, it's a very good promotion of the fight. If everyone knows Adin Ross is going, then you'll surely sell a lot more tickets.
Yeah, I mean, he's a massive name for sure. I think he's literally just coming for a day to watch, and then he's going to go, I think he was saying about going to Vegas or something. I might go and gamble with him.
Okay.
Might go gamble all my.
Not your whole, not your whole
I
fight
might
check.
stick it all on black and hope for the best.
I mean, you're putting up Mams after Mams. I need a fight. I need one quicker. Well, lucky for you, Alexis and Maros, they're kind of cavemen in the aspect where they don't watch any interviews. What I'm like to Alexis, your video after KSI pulled 250,000 views, went on trending worldwide. He's like, okay, sounds good, Fred. So they would not have seen the video of you calling KSI Zesty. But speaking of JJ, have you trained with him at all since he's been down here? You trained with KSI?
No, I've not met him. I think he trained before me yesterday. He was just leaving as I was coming in, I think. But no, I've not seen him, not spoke to him. That'd be good.
You one-on-one training with Maris and Alexis? Is that personal now?
Yeah. It's like 1-on-3. There's also Norbert as well. He's like a pro in Bellator. He's sick. He trains me and them two together. So it's a 3-on-1. It's proper, like, I can't. Do you know what's good as well? Because this Norbert guy is unreal at fighting, and obviously them two are unreal at coaching. So like, I can't get any time off. Like if I'm like, oh my god, I feel can't do this. I can't do another round. I can't. They're like, oh, shut up, like you're doing it. And there's 3 of them, so it's not like. Do you know what I mean? I'm just outnumbered.
It's no escape.
Yeah. I've got to do it, which is really good. Yeah, it's really good for me. So I'm getting I'm very physically gifted, right? So I learn things quickly. As my body adapts to things quickly, I'm getting massively. My cardio's gone up incredibly quick. I'm getting way better at fighting, and that's all thanks to them as well. They're really good.
2 more things before I let you go. You can escape. You can ask me some questions. Ask me anything, Harrison.
Right. So when are you blowing Batty out again?
That will be bleeped. That will also go very, very viral on TikTok. So shout out to the TikTok clips.
Hopefully soon, she's saying to me. Hopefully soon.
Are you a little bit obsessed with my sex life?
A little bit, mate. I fantasize over it, mate.
Well, there we go. Another TikTok clip, which I'm also very, very grateful for. Moving on then. Karate. You were one of the, I think, number 1 in the world for karate when you were younger.
No, I wasn't number 1 in the world. I was just the youngest black belt in the UK.
Sorry,
People
UK.
say I'm chatting shit as well, like as though I would chat shit about that. Do you know what I mean? Just look it up. There's papers about it, and I know someone's going to look it up and say, oh, there was a girl who did it 2 years ago, younger than you. All right, at the time, I was the youngest. I started karate when I was like 3 years old. Was a black belt by the time I was 8 or 9.
But 3 years old is very, very young. That's like before you were in reception in primary school over here.
Yeah.
Pretty young. Pretty impressive, Harrison. I have to admit. Anything else you want to add before we lift off?
I don't think I've ever done an interview on YouTube apart from your one before. Like,
You've done a few podcasts, but this is, I guess, your first.
yeah, I've done a
This is your
podcast.
first like full interview on the return.
yeah.
Ed Matthews, who you reunited with him. I always see a lot of TikTok clips saying, we love HS in this guy. We love HS in this guy. We want to see HS and Ed Matthews reunited.
Yeah, we're fully reunited. He's going to come stay in the same hotel I'm staying in. We're going to train together. We're going to, we're back.
In fight week, you're staying in the same hotel. Was that a good idea with Ed?
No,
When you want to stay disciplined?
Yeah, not in fight week. Not in fight week. Nah, I'm good for that. I'll be on my own. But just for now, yeah, for sure. The only thing is with streaming and things like that, I'm too tired to stream at the minute. But yeah, streaming will be come back soon. I'll take over the net in a few weeks after my fight. Go somewhere. Move mad. But yeah, thank you very much for the interview, my friend.
I do appreciate it. I'm sure I'll see you fight week. Harrison, thank you very much.
Thank you, bro.